I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima for about 2 or 3 hours now. It's a really good game, but I don't know if I'm going to play anymore, and we'll get into that in a bit. But obviously, 2 to 3 hours isn't enough time to fully judge a game, which is why this isn't a review, this is just my first impressions. And if I ever come around to finishing it, I will do a full proper review on the game. Now, honestly, this game is really good. It's a really well made and quality game. It's just something that never managed to click with me, and it just kind of disappointed me. Honestly, after playing this, it sounds really bad, but after playing this, I just kind of lost interest in playing any video game just because of how disappointed I was. And I could pull a high top and just make a video and say that Ghost of Tsushima broke me, but no, that's not really the case. I just didn't really feel too interested. I feel like this is maybe on par with me playing a lot of Far Cry games, but well, after the Ubisoft Forward, and then just sort of feeling like this is sort of more of the same. I don't know. But yeah, it's a really good game, and I'm hoping I will come back to it at some point, but not right now. So I wanted to go through everything I thought of this game real quick, and what I thought of it. And overall, the main part that we need to discuss is the combat, which you will have seen on screen. And the combat is superb. It's really amazing. And I never played really stealthy because I didn't really like the stealth. It just felt really typical from a game like this. If I wanted to play stealth in this, I would end up just wanting to play Assassin's Creed or something like that. But playing the actual main combat, the samurai combat sort of stuff, it was really enjoyable. I loved doing standoffs. I loved, blocking, dodging, making sure I'm using the right stance, doing all that stuff. It was incredibly fun, and I loved doing every part of it. It was just so much fun to me. And a part of it, not just the combat, but another part of the game which I ended up just doing way more, was just exploring, roaming through the map, and just finding different things. I've been doing that for ages. I mean, I've played it for a couple of hours, and I've only finished like 3 or 4 missions. I've just been exploring. I've just been trying to fill out the map, and the map is something it's big. It's sort of a good and a bad thing to me. I'm not a massive fan of giant, like, huge maps. I don't really want to finish. I'm not a massive fan of Origins and Odyssey just because I don't like how big the maps are. And just massive maps is always sort of a turn off to me. But it's not too bad, honestly. It's enjoyable to roam around anyway, so I didn't really have too much of an issue with it. But another thing which did bug me was it uses Fog of War. And Fog of War, it's not the game's fault, it's just I really can't stand Fog of War in games at all. I just don't like it. One thing that is good is that if you upgrade a specific armor, or if you take out outposts, you can decline that Fog of War a lot quicker, which is nice. This is just something that sort of bugged me a little bit. And it's not the game's fault, it's just my fault. But overall, like, exploring and fighting in the game and just the map itself is dope. I love it so much, just all the different environments. It was really enjoyable to just run around and just explore and look at all the pretty sights. But yeah, that was really great. And that's probably the main part I loved about it. There were other cool stuff, like just sort of like the story, which was kind of nice. It wasn't anything superb, but like it's not like a Last of Us 2 or Last of Us 1 experience, but it's better than most open world stories. It is pretty good, to be honest. And there wasn't even much that bad that I had. There wasn't really like any major bugs. There wasn't any like major turn-offs from it. I think all this is just me not liking, just not clicking with this game, unfortunately, which I'm hoping will happen at some point if I play a little bit more. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say. I love the game. I think it's amazing. Well, I don't love it, but I do think it's a great game that you should check out. And just before we finish, I just want to mention, I don't know if any of you follow me, but on Twitter I mentioned that I'm going to be focusing on just sort of releasing one video a week now. Maybe two, depending on if we get like a load of news. The reason for this is I've been doing a lot of videos recently, and they don't really do too well. Some of them do amazingly, and some of them do really poorly. So I kind of wanted to combat that. And one of the things a lot of people said was that it's just how often I upload. So I'm going to be uploading once a week. I have a plan for the next few weeks. Next week will be Dying Light Hell Raid, and then so on. So let me know if whether uploading too much is a problem for you, or whether it's just the content. Like, because I understand one of my videos not doing too well because it was a review of a game not many people know. But when it's like Ubisoft stuff, which did it well at some point but didn't do well at other points, so just let me know what you think. It's just to help know what to make. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say. These are my first impressions of Ghost of Tsushima, and yeah, just hope you enjoyed the video. I'll probably do more videos like this on other games that release. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say. Cheerio.